engagement in India and
Okay.
its history. So one of the questions that we always get is, what was the inspiration behind MT helmets and how was it started? And what was the core idea or values behind MT helmets?
Well, I really think that the real compromise that we got is with the riders. I mean, we are riders. Most of the team that build MT helmets, we are riders. We ride every day. We need to create and perform products that will save lives. So that's the most important compromise we get with the public and with our customers.
So you feel that the core value of MT helmets would be safety first?
Yes, of course. The safety is the most important thing. I mean, the helmet must save a life in case of a crash. So we use the engineering in order to create a very safe product. No matter the price we sell it, no matter how is the cost of the product, the first point that we have to make sure is that the value, real value, is the safety of that product. Okay, and we use the engineering for making a very safe product.
So does MT invest in facilities for testing and
Yeah, we have. As you know, we made the developing in Europe. We build the helmets physically in Europe, but we manufacture them in Asia. So we have the latest equipment for testing in our warehouse in Spain, but we also have them in the other places where we make the helmets. So we have them in China, we have them in India already also. So we can check the production and the feature of the helmets in the plant when it's being done, and also later when arrived to Europe.
would you say that the helmets that you make in China and in India today are the same that you sell in Europe?
Absolutely. I mean, those plants produce for all the countries where we are selling. So actually we are selling in 130 countries. So all the helmets come from the same plants. So from India and China, we supply all the world. So are absolutely the same kind of products, same materials. And that's what makes also the difference on value.
Okay. So, what would you say are the latest standards? I mean, we know that the 2206 is the latest European Union standard.
Yes.
Do we have helmets of those standards being made in India today?
Yeah, one of the best points of MT is to use engineering to create a safety product. And today we have 6 or 7 standards already. We have a lot of helmets already with the latest 2206, the last European standard, but we also have the FIM helmet. We were the 5th company in the world to pass the FIM test. So we can say we are one of the safest helmets in the world. Also, it's not because we say it, it's also in UK we got the 5-star helmet for the cheapest helmet in the world. So we are really...
I think you're referring to the Sharp rating.
Yes, SAR rating test in UK, we were the cheapest helmet to get the 5 stars. So it shows that if you do the engineering well, it's not a question of price. If you do it well, you can make a very safe product with less money.
With less money. So an affordable helmet, but a high quality safety product.
Correct.
Okay, that's nice to hear. Could you tell us a little bit about the FIM standard?
Well, the FIM standard is the biggest difference is that, the people realize that when a rider had a crash in a circuit, normally they check the high impact. So they push the manufacturers to build a very high impact helmet, so really hard helmet. But also the FIM realized that when the crash was at low speed, the helmet didn't protect in the proper way. So now the new FIM test has been checking several points that they didn't used to do. So they impact helmets low speed, medium speed, and high speed. And it's also very important how they push us to fix the visors in order that they never open in case of crash. So that's why the locking mechanism that we are building on the helmets, because they want that in an accident the visor also protect the face and the eyes of the rider.
Oh, I see. So it's so the standard is also involving itself with the visor.
Yes. A helmet, when you have a crash, shouldn't, the visor shouldn't fall apart.
Okay.
I mean, when you have a crash in the circuit, they pretend that the visor is staying in the place where it is.
Okay. So, would you say, what would you say sets MT helmets, what makes us different? What makes you different from the rest of the market?
I think one of the points, seriously and honestly talking, is that we apply on our helmets features that you can see in a double price helmet. I mean, you go to the market and to find what we make, you have to pay double. I mean, in our products, we apply all the things that we consider are necessary for the riders, and no matter what's the cost, and normally the engineering can resolve all the cost problems. And that's why we are focused on that, and we try to give to the rider much more for the same money. So at the end, it's a value for money.
So, more safety, but it doesn't cost you as much.
No.
The highest safety, but it doesn't cost
Yes,
you as
correct.
much.
We really trust that for a very little more money, you can really get a very safety equipment. So that's what we are focused on. Our difference is the safety.
We've often had queries from customers about whether MT Helmets actually pays attention to its customers' requirements and needs. Would you say that you are responsive?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we study a lot the markets where we are getting into. As you know, we travel around the world. We meet our distributors. We meet their teams in order to know much more deeper what their country or their customer really appreciate from the products. So we adapt the graphics, we adapt the fitting. We already have Asian fittings, we have Western fitting. We make graphics in a different ways depending on the country where it goes to. We put so our product is completely different with the external looking in one quantity and another one. So
Yeah, so that's why you have such a wide range.
Yeah, it's I don't know how many references we have already, but there are thousands.
What do you think about the Indian motorcycle scene? Do you think our market is evolving?
Well, the Indian market is going to be probably the biggest one in the world. So that's why we really are more or less 10 years paying attention to it. It is being developed very fast. It's changing all the time. You can find changes every 3-4 months. You see something different in the market. So it's extremely difficult to follow sometimes. But also the level of conscience on the riders about safety and security when they are riding is becoming higher and higher. So I think it's the future market for all the motorcycle brands.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Does MT have any special plans for the Indian market?
Yeah, we have a very nice one. I hope we can get real very soon. But I cannot tell you, otherwise I will have to kill you.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here, and
Thank
we're
you very
happy
much.
to work with you so closely for so long. And we really appreciate the efforts that MT has taken to help the Indian rider get a better product at a price that he could actually afford. So you get a world standard product in India today at a price that is affordable to most Indian riders.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Javier.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
very
being
much.
with us.
It has been a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Okay.